Well, hey there, you're on the internet, I have some free time, and welcome to the Triple N Network, where all you newbie nib nerds can find all the news you need. Let's look at an ink now, shall we? Now, today's ink was once again provided by the wonderful, mysterious Benefactor in the, lens flare. Anyways, from the Levenger sample set, Cardinal Red, which, as you can see, there's only two even, close to the red category colors. There's Claret, yes, I know I'm mispronouncing that, it's not French enough or whatever. And then there's Cardinal Red, which, after Claret was pretty magenta-y, I was really hoping that Cardinal Red would be a wonderful, just nice straight red. Now, all the tests were done in this Kaweco Ice Sport with a medium nib. Yep. Now, I thought I'd compare it to a few other inks. Speaking of Levenger's Claret, as you can see, they're definitely magenta-y here. Levenger's Cardinal Red. As you can see, not a ton of shading going on in here. And as you might be able to tell, it's kind of pinkish. But, yeah. Anyways, Noodler's Swirl Wine. Private Reserve Burgundy Mist. Noodler's Burgundy. Diamine Merlot. Pilot Iroshizuku Yamaburo. And since it didn't really fit with any of those, I decided to test it against some other things. So here's Cardinal Red up here. Again, not a ton of shading. And still slightly pink, but pretty close to all of these. Here we've got Diatramentis Ruby Red, even though, yes, that's a pink. Diamine's Passion Red, which is such a disappointment. To be discussed later. Ackerman number 19, Rude Hag's Pluche. And yes, that was massacred too. Chesterfield's Antique Crimson, which is not even remotely crimson, and Rojo Unclinga Morinda Red, which is probably the reddest of these. I mean, this is kind of close, but this is the most red. These all have some pinkiness to them. Let's check out the chromatography. As you can see, not a lot of water resistance. It fled from water. As you can see, in the densest parts it's almost red, but mostly it's pink. And here I let it dry. You can see it's still really the same thing. So, yeah. Top down in density, Clairefontaine 90 grams per square meter. 7 seconds to dry. And as you can tell, I laid it on really thick because I was trying to get this to show up. Please show up. That'd be nice. Oh, come on. Oh, it's a gold sheen. There's a little halo of gold in there. But, yeah, anyways, hold it real still. It's pretty pinkish for red. I was hoping it would be more of a straight red, but what are you going to do? There is some shading, not a ton, but yeah. No bleed, no feather, no spread. Really not any echo, I mean, except for there, but that was where I was trying to get sheen. I keep being an idiot, I know. But I'm going to keep trying because this stuff is hard to get on camera. Anyways, water test, really not great. There's only a little there, and I would have scrubbed it harder, but, yeah, paper started to come apart. And I didn't want to just, tear through it and make it go all absorby. It's really hot out. I'm losing my mind. Anyways. Rhodia, 80 grams per square meter. Here I feel like you can definitely see some of that pinkiness. You do get some shading still. It's a very vibrant color. Whatever color it might be, it's vibrant. Now on here it took 7 seconds to dry. On here it took 9. I'm not entirely sure why. Again, I laid it on really thick trying to get some gold sheen, and there's just a tiny bit here, and I'm not going to get it on camera, and that's maddening, and a little bit there, but yeah. My bad. So, yeah, you don't get any bleed when you're not being an idiot, but there's no feather and there's no spread. It's very decent. And it's pink. You know me and pink. But anyways, as the chromatography implied, it's going to run screaming from water. It did dye the page a bit. There's still some spots remaining, but really not great. Up next is Tomoe River Paper, where again I laid it on really thick, and here we're going to see some sheen. Oh yeah. See that double halo? Isn't that cool? Anyways, it's there, but it's also in the writing, and it has been in the writing, but you know, it's just easier to get it in the scrubby. And here it took 9 seconds. which is kind of unusual. Usually Tomoe River is longer than Rhodia, but, you know, meh. There is some shading here. It's not obvious. Extremely vibrant color, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, no bleed, no feather, no spread. There is some echo, particularly where I laid it on very thick, but this is a fairly vibrant ink, and this is very thin paper, and that is a white background, so. And Tomoe River loves to let ink slide away when you add more water, and you can barely tell anything was there. In fact, the camera's picking up more than my human eye can, so. Now, next is 20-pound copier paper. Yeah. Now, the spread is quite significant. If you look at the line width between the two papers, it got a lot broader, and there is a lot of feathering. I mean, if you look at come on. I mean, it's woolification that seriously bled over into feathering. It's unpleasant. It took 1 second to dry. But interestingly, there's almost no bleed. There is some echo, but there's no, like, real bleed, which was kind of interesting. There's no shading left. But again, because the paper's so absorbent, sort of sucked the ink into the paper more and made it harder to wash out. There is some feathering and some exploding, but that you could recover. Now, next is Mead Notebook Paper, where again, the color manages to stay pretty vibrant. It took 2 seconds to dry. I say again, the 20-pound paper should be ashamed for Mead paper outperforming it. And again, there is this woolly texture that's like almost over into feathering, but it's not there. You know, you don't have the offshoots. But yeah, I say there's no real bleed. It's just intense echo. So yeah, not too bad. Water test. Not bad. Usually this paper freaks out when you add water and there's feathering and exploding, but that's pretty there and it's pretty clear. Really not too bad. Now, lastly is Moleskine notebook paper. And this is modern accurate Moleskine notebook paper. As you can see, I mean, this color is bright, but it is pretty pinkish. It took 3.5 seconds to dry. I say here it looks especially pink, which I think is kind of true. But yeah, there's no real shading, and where there would have been, that's where you get these dots. Yeah, and there's a good few dots. And for a medium nib, I generally like to see better, but at this point I know what I'm dealing with to this paper. It is awful. But yeah, there's feathering too. Not obscene, but it's there. I said, you know, extra fine, but and just, you know, when you've used inks a lot, you kind of get a feel for them. And I got, you know, like when I first started using it, like I was like, I think this ink could sheen, and I think even here it could sheen if you laid it on really thick, but you'd get a massacre of bleed. So something to be aware of. And for some reason, Moleskine seems to freak out the most of all the papers when you add water. And here there's feathering and exploding, and there's like dots remaining, and mostly everything else is gone. Bah. So, yeah, there you go. There's Levenger's Cardinal Red. A little upset at the name because both the robes of cardinals and the color of the birds, not this color. It's kind of pinky. It's very vibrant. If you like this color, go for it. Go for it. Do you. You do you. God, somebody... I'm stopping now. Anyways, for your consideration from the Triple N Network, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to vote on what inks I should review next before I leave, please go over to the video announcement, apology announcement invitation, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching. Good God, I may have to redo this. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Bye.